Hey everybody, I am here today to do a review of a sticker kit by the Planner Shack. This is one that has been suggested to me multiple times, and I am finally getting around to being able to review it. Now this is printable. They do sell printable kits, and I have already resized this to fit the Hobonichi the exact same way that I showed you in the other video for the Plan for Happy kit. So I will go ahead and link that below so you can take a look at that if you haven't already seen how I resize my kit. This is called their Bloom with Grace kit, and it is sized originally to fit the Erin Condren. And it also comes with overlays for foiling. Now, I did not print the overlays on here. I didn't want to hassle with it. Overlays are kind of a pain. So I just didn't mess with it for the sake of this review. It's not really relevant as far as how good the stickers are. That's just an added bonus. If you feel like hassling with it, you can. But I didn't want to, so I didn't. So here is the kind of washi / header page, and then we have a full boxes / decorative page that says wherever life plants you, bloom with grace. We have multiple checklist boxes, and again, I like these. These aren't really useful in the Hobonichi in my opinion because they don't fit the grid space as we're resizing from a larger size. But these are great because they cover up the grid, so it doesn't matter how far apart the line spacing is. Let's see, we have some headers, titles, whatever you want to call it, and a couple of ombre checklist boxes. Some bow headers, some appointment flags, and some glitter headers, along with some multicolored sort of paint splash looking flags. A couple of canceled, rescheduled type things, work schedule, hydration tracker, a couple of 7-day-a-week trackers for whatever you want to use it for, some individual trackers, some bill due sheets. This is a very large kit, and from what I understand, most of their kits are like this, so that's really nice. I really love these little bow checklist trackers, and I wish that they worked with the grid, but they really don't. And then these cute little decorative bow boxes, and then these are, if you don't want to do washi across the top, you do have the option of using, sorry, I'm kind of out of frame, you do have the option of using these to cover your days instead of washi if you so choose. It does come with a full set of date dots, and here are some ombre checklist boxes, and then oh, I was gonna say finally, but no, there's more. Some cute deco stickers and blank boxes. These are just frame boxes, unlike the others, which are full color. And finally, we have various stickers, TV tracking, meal tracking, exercise tracking, that sort of thing. So there is something for everyone in these kits, which is really nice. And since they are printable, they're relatively inexpensive. So I will go ahead and get to work on this and speed it up so you don't have to spend an eternity watching me put this layout together. I am doing the week of June 3rd through June 9th.
Okay, as always, I will be starting with the washi strips. That is the foundation of everything. In this case, they are individual washi bits to cover the date. And I really like these paintbrush looking style. It's not typically something I would go for, but I actually discovered I really liked it in this kit. So this has been a fun adventure for me, discovering some different things about my styles and my preferences that I didn't realize about myself. So as I've been exposed to more, I've found quite a few things that I liked that I wouldn't have thought I liked. So that's always a fun journey to be on in this process. This is the washi, and it is beautiful. I love the colors in this. And I didn't realize I'm a little bit out of frame there. Sorry. I was trying to see around my iPad stand without getting my head in the frame, and I didn't realize I had pulled the planner down quite so far. I did decide to go ahead and build a little bit of a sidebar. They have such nice check boxes and sort of trackers and, full box coverages here. So I decided to use a sidebar, of course, on the left. This is just me putting my tab back that I use to tab at the first week of each month. And then I did decide to go ahead and use basically Sunday as a sidebar as well. So I have one on each side. A little bit different than my typical layout, but I wanted to try and utilize more of this kit than I typically would, just to give it a full review. And I'm liking how it's turning out so far. There are a ton of headers included in this kit, both blank and already labeled. So that makes putting it together fairly easy. It's the sticker equivalent of point and click. And here I am just trying to figure out what I want to use where. There are all these really pretty floral headers, and they're gorgeous. And I think I would almost use them more as dividers than headers, since you can't really write on them and see any handwriting. The print is too busy to really be able to read anything written on it. So I don't know if it was intended to be used that way, but that's what we're going with. And the glitter, love the glitter headers. I decided to go ahead and block off a bit at the top each day for a kind of priority section or top 3 or, whatever you want to call it. So I decided to use these little glitter strip headers. I apologize, I totally bashed into my camera frame there. And then I decided to go ahead and use these ombre boxes. And I'm sure y'all are tired of me harping on this, but again, I really like it when they include these full box checklists, since when you're resizing a kit, the line spacing is typically not going to match. So having a full box like this sort of negates the difficulties of that and allows you to use the cute checklists that come with these kits. Again, just trying to think of what I want to use and how to kind of step outside my typical planning box so that I can fully review this kit and show all of the different boxes that it offers and lay down my stickers completely crookedly. Crookedly, is that a word? I think I just made it a word. And as you can see, there are tons of headers, and there's just no way I'm going to use them all. I do really like those ombre boxes at the top, though, and I will definitely be using those elsewhere. As you can see, this is me building kind of the second sidebar, for lack of a better term, and choosing which headers to use. I got this pen. This is a It's called the brand is Forney. I got it at Office Depot, and they are a needlepoint ballpoint pen. They are not gel pens. They are a regular ballpoint pen, but they write so incredibly smoothly. It's called Advance Ink, and it's a 7 millimeter. But since it's a ballpoint, it tends to write a little bit thinner than like a gel pen would, and I love, love, love this pen. Unfortunately, it doesn't write quite as well on the Tomoe River as a gel pen does. I think probably because of the coating that it has. But I took full advantage of the fact that I was putting a bunch of stickers down, and I used it as much as I could for this spread. It does work on the page. It just kind of sits up on top of the page. And because it's not gel ink, it takes forever and a day and then another eon to dry to the point that it won't smear everywhere the instant you touch it. I did go ahead and decide to put this cute box with the bow on it for church service. I thought it was cute and would stand out fairly well. And I gave in and did use some cute little short checklists over here. There are more than 3 grid spaces in height here, but I'm pretty much going to use this as my top 3 anyway, so I decided to just embrace the imperfection for today and live with the fact that it does not match the grid. I really wanted to use another one of these boxes because they're all really pretty, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I can't stand the cluttered page look. I know that's a really popular thing to do, the no white space or to have stickers everywhere all over the page, and I can look at it and think, yeah, that's really pretty in someone else's planner, but I can't stand to do it in mine. Again, please ignore the top of my head. One of these days I will figure out how to record without getting my head in frame. I really like this dark blue sort of bow washi, and it does come with a foil overlay, as I mentioned. I didn't want to mess with it, but you can foil this. So that's kind of a fun little extra that they include. I like these sort of reminder flags or appointment flags. I don't even know what the technical term or appropriate term is, but I like that it's a full piece instead of just a little flag. And yet another one of the bow boxes. Just a reminder for signing my son up for school next year. Can't believe school is finally over. It's a big sigh of relief, and then I also want to slow time down because my little boy is growing up too fast. I know it happens that way, but it's hard. I feel like he was just born yesterday and now he's going into first grade. And of course, my lovely Hobonichi stencil. I love this thing. Absolutely love it. Use it every spread. And that's actually one of the things that I really miss about my using the Jibun Techo now that I'm playing with at the moment is they have a stencil, but it doesn't have checkboxes like this on it. And no one that I can find sells them that fits the Jibun Techo grid space. So I am physically missing using my stencil. And that sounds silly, but I use it for everything in my cousin, so it feels weird to not have one for my Jiboon. But I'll get over it. So I'll just fill in a few final things here, a couple of priorities and things that need to happen that I already know about for this week. Obviously, I'm a little bit further in advance here than I normally would be for a sort of plan with me, but I wanted to do the sticker review this week, so I decided to go ahead and set up this week a little bit earlier than normal. I don't really have a whole lot going on now that school's out, so I'm don't really know what to put down. But ultimately, this is essentially the layout that I'm going to end up with. So from here on out, I will wrap this up and then discuss my opinions on this kit and the Platter Shack kits in general.
Okay, so here's what I've got, and here is what I have left, which is a ton. As you can see, I just used a few stickers off of each sheet. So this is one of those types of kits that, I wonder if I can transfer those, I think I can, that you can use for multiple spreads, or if you're a no white space person, this kit will definitely, I mean, I could have covered every inch of these pages easily. You can definitely do that, although honestly, with the cousin and the wonderful Tomoe River paper, who wants to cover this up? But if you want to, you totally could cover every inch of this page and have plenty left over. So as you can see, I almost use none of these. I don't really watch TV. I track my meals elsewhere. I track my exercise elsewhere and that sort of thing. So the great thing about having a printable kit is, of course, that you can print and use the pages that you want. And, you know, save the rest for another time, another spread, another use, add later. I do like this kit. It's very pretty. The one thing I noticed is I did my box trick for resizing it, and I used, you know, the headers or the checklists, with whatever there was more of on an individual page, to resize that page. And for whatever reason, the washi page is sized differently. There are headers on that page, and that is what I used. Let me show you. I used these to resize the width on this page, and as you can see, if I hold it up to a column, it will fit. But the washi has a bit of an overhang. And I don't know if that's just a difference between Erin Condren and this, whether this was intended to go wider than the columns. I have no idea. That hasn't happened in my other kits that I've resized. If I resize a header to fit, they've all been designed to go basically the width of 4 columns or the width of 3 columns. And since you're resizing the column width, it doesn't matter. So I guess this is designed to have some kind of overhang. I'm not really sure how that works. But everything else on that page was sized correctly. So it's just the washi strips that ran wide. So what I did was over here, I matched it up to the edge of the grid, and it's you know, probably a good 1/4 of an inch, a little bit wider, which is fine. It's not a problem, but it's just something to be aware of when you're printing. If you're really stuck on it stopping at the grid line, you're going to have to trim some of this off. And as you could see, I did trim this one simply because I didn't want it to run across my weekend. So I really like all the ombre boxes, all of the checklist boxes, and there's a ton of them in this kit. I did use a couple of the little icons. I'm not a real big icon person, but they're cute, and when you resize the whole page, they resize down to fit just fine. As you can see, the date covers worked beautifully. Resized well. I really like this sort of paintbrush stroke looking thing. I wasn't sure how I was going to like this with the floral, but I actually really do. It looks really pretty on the page. I did go ahead and decide to do the same color for each day, just for kicks and giggles. Why not? So that turned out well, I think. I really liked all of the pretty full cover, full boxes, deco boxes, but I didn't use very many of them because I felt like it was going to make the page way too busy. And that's not my style of planning at all. I would only use one, maybe two. And again, that's a personal choice. They offered you plenty, so if you are a no white space person and the more color and pattern, the better. If you love that sort of busy look, this is a great kit for you. This is the Planner Shack Bloom with Grace kit. I will link their main Etsy shop, and then I will go ahead and link this individual kit so that you can see if this is a kit that you love and you want to use. I'll just link you straight to it, save you the search. They have a ton of stickers. Oops, sorry, my computer is being silly. They've been in this business for a while. So they have kit upon kit upon kit upon kit. If you're looking for variety, this is a great place to go. But anyway, there is my review for the Planner Shack. If you have any questions about these stickers or about what I've done here, please leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. But yeah, this is the Planner Shack Bloom with Grace Hobonichi Cousin review. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.